And welcome back. We're picking up where we left off last time in Shadow Empire. It's round 85, and we got 8 decisions. What to do about the industrial accident is probably going to be one of those 8 decisions. Okay, we're at war with one of the majors. So one of our miners just joined us. Because the miner specifically got declared on. Okay. Those are fine. I'm probably going to be trying to negotiate a peace real fast. I don't have the bureaucracy to support more orgs, so we'll say no here. We are still working on trying to have more political power, so that's fine. I'm still looking for discoveries. The big two that I'm looking to discover is, well, the big one is hydroponics, because one way to sort of expand exponentially is I need to sort out more metal. Metal soil filtration just means I can make metal in every city. Alright, so if we can get to metal soil filtration, that's nice. Hydroponics is probably the main tech and chemistry I want for the two eco ones. Right, so you got the two eco ones, you get two military ones, you get out of chemistry, and get into advanced chemistry. And then heavy industry is the engineering one. So we're looking to discover those ones, so confirm for them.
Roger that.
No new orders here. We need no improvements in existing subunits. So we really want to discover new ones. I want to discover like artillery and stuff. I want to spend the political power on mitigating it. Yeah, that's understood. The first option there. Okay. So yeah, we spend the political power here. We come back to that one. Reason is I need enough political power to negotiate the ceasefire. Everything goes according to plan. And I'm not sure how much that's going to cost.
Roger that.
Okay, so we're now at war with you. I am actually unable to negotiate peace. Interesting. Because their opinion of us is below 25. The opening thing then is I gift them some money.
Understood.
We critically succeed at gifting them money. That brings them to 25. So that means if everything goes according to plan, we will propose peace next turn. I have the political power for Big Town. We'll take Big Town. So, the big problem right now is they're elitist. They are at war with us, and I have nothing on that flank because we've just inherited that city. And to make it extra problematic, I have no road connection. I can fix that. That's not a problem. Well, it is a problem, but it's a problem we can solve. There we go. Yeah, there we go. The bit of road here going over the mountain is a little bit of a problem. I wanted to build the road out to the metal mine over here, but that's just gonna have to wait. Okay, so that's that situation. The next thing is I need to get the militia into position to try to hold the front long enough to negotiate the peace. Depending on how in position they are, they're going to go rolling up the road. I would like to keep the farm. Honestly, I'm willing to throw the rest away if I'm going to lose the rest. Okay, I got 13 political power. These minor regimes, I think, are at peace. Yeah.
Understood. Understood.
Here we go. Pick up some new subjects. Interesting, that is a minor territory with a city. No, that is not a minor territory of the city. Interesting.
Understood.
We'll get peace with them. See if we can get protection with them next turn. Doesn't look like they were at war with the Major, so it would be a good idea to try to get subjecthood on them. Worst case scenario, that just results in us being at war with Flint Union again. I think because that was a war declaration over the end turn, the victory overview is going to show the right points. Yeah, we jumped. So we're up to 16.6 again because victory score. Or this is including the new territory. So we're trending up. So virtue is trending down. Again, I'm fine with it declining because we want to get down to 65. I might try to do stuff to get it going upwards once we make the transition. Or rather, not get upwards, because we want to stay at about 65. Try to keep it from going worse, going down. And then that's basically my political power. Oh, I don't need a shield. Let's drive that back to base. I don't have the political power to propose peace. Shame. Oh, that's a mountain range. That's what I'm missing there. This is a little bit of a low mountain range coming through here. That's why the supply north of the lake, north of the sea, is absolutely terrible. Means I need... Oh, well, yeah, that means I need to go around the bottom. Okay. Crush troops in pocket. I'm actually bringing... Whoa, actually, no, I'm bringing way too many troops in here. Let's cancel that attack for the moment. I want to bring troops in. I don't want to bring that many troops in, apparently. Okay, so we got 20 frontage. Bring the bigger units in. Yeah, that's about as big as we really want to go. It's terrible terrain, which is why the ratio of the attack here is pretty bad.
Mission accomplished.
Okay, so we lost a couple units. We lost 4 subunits. But we were able to get rid of the 6 remaining ones there, giving us access to the Free Folk town. That's probably as much as we want to go into the mountains here. No, I want better odds. We're gonna wait until next turn to at least get to that hex. Ooh, that diplomacy is going downhill quickly. don't have the political power to deal with it. What I will try to do is I'll try to negotiate, if everything goes according to plan, we'll negotiate peace with these guys next turn. And then we'll do a peace summit, which should raise opinions with the guys in the west. Assuming everything goes according to plan. That's uncommon artifacts. I want to extract that. It's been a while, so I don't actually know which zones don't have artifacts. Pretty sure... Well, I'm certain there's none in here. Would search that or failure on. I'm certain there's none in there. And I think we searched over here. It might only be the uncommon up here, because presumably we did search up here, which is how I found the uncommon. We took this one over this stream, so we haven't searched there. We can see these militia have been depleted by earlier fighting. They probably are reinforcing. Although most of these guys are probably from zones that are overcapped, so that's probably the reinforcement's not drastically large looking. Station keeping mostly in the west. Yeah, I think that's all we're gonna do for this turn. How the construction's going. Agrodome's farm's done, which is good. We start. Oh, I just started a recycling facility because I don't want that scrap. Truck station's coming along. Yeah, I'm gonna splurge a little bit. I'm gonna try to get a bureaucracy expanding as well. We already got bureaucracy 1, we're going to push for bureaucracy 2 here. Here we can also push all the way up to 4. More bureaucracy equals better options for cards, because we just have more political or more bureaucracy to push into rolling them, as well as more political power to roll them, or to play them. But yeah, I think that's where we are going to be for this turn. Let's cycle the turn. And we'll have to save some of the political power at the beginning next turn for diplomacy. Because yeah, we gotta say peace with those guys, offer protection with those guys, declare peace with those guys, peace summit with these, or peace negotiate, or peace summit with these guys. If I've got the diplomat or got the political power, it's unification with these 4. Yeah, I got demands from a political power. We'll see how many of those things we actually get to do before we run out. I have a suspicion not very many of them. We are playing on slow game speed here, slow development speed here, which is one of the reasons why they both the political power and the bureaucracy is very tight. Okay, we stand firm, so they stay encircled. We did take a little bit of losses there, but at this point we've got them where we want them. We can get that pocket removed. Killed 400 infantry, lost 100 infantry over the end turn. It is round 86. We have 8 decisions. The old majority won the election. We discovered more radioactives that we probably don't really want. Got rocketry. You want to organize a party. We actually kind of want morality to go down. This is the governor of the capital, however. We would like the governor of the capital to stay relatively happy. I'm going to do the neutral option here just because I don't want to piss the governor off.
Yes, sir.
I got the money, we'll get the experience points. Major virtue crisis. So if I have political power, there's ways I can lower our virtue loss, but I actually want to lose virtue loss. And I assume this is mitigation on the higher tiers here, not push towards a form of government.
Understood.
Enforcement there. Zone decisions. I need the political power for other things, so that's going to get delayed. Minor versus major 50-50 I think is fine for the moment. We'll accept this failure of a candidate. Yep, that's a terrible candidate. At some point I'm going to have the political power to fire all the bad people. That day is not today. Model council can be deprioritized. Yeah, the model council is going to be deprioritized. Shift that towards political power.
Yes, sir.
And then, yeah, I don't think I even have the ability to get 40 here, so we're just going to take the virtue hit. Yeah. For realistic reasons, I don't have enough to do it, so we're just going to let that take the bad one here.
Yes, sir.
Next, on all VidCon channels, we don't have any VidCon channels, so I don't know how well that's going to work. We have stumbled, yes, but the nation are not judged by the fall, but only how they rise. Virtue score decreases 37. That brings us down to 50. So we're at the point where we don't want to going down anymore. But we should very rapidly swap into spoiled democracy now. It's the other reason. We've been trying to be a spoiled democracy for a while. I can live with it being what it is. Interesting. So it's the Mercanteers that are actually taking advantage of our new weakness here. These guys were not in position to do anything about it. So we propose peace.
Understood.
Peace is accepted. Okay. On the national level, we are going to make a peace conference.
Understood.
That gets us Ramus Empire, the Reich, Flint Union. Ooh. Oh, yeah, and there's the Bursk. The Bursk is the one we cared about. We wanted the bonus with them, so it's plus 27 with them. Good to see. Yeah, delaying war with them. I don't have political power for any of the other stuff I want to do, which is a bit of a shame. Right? We want to negotiate the peace with these guys. Okay, so I need to hold a little bit of an online territory over there, so keep having guys move that direction. And then rest is probably going to go down towards the Mercanteer, at least to guard them from coming up to the farm there. Metal is downtrending. Did we even play with construction? No, everything proceeded at speed. So I'm not concerned about our metal burn rate. Because all three things are going to finish in the next turn. One of them is actually going to be more metal production. So, no major complaints there. In fact, I'll probably go and level you up to level 2 as soon as you finish. Get more scavenge out of that, get the artifacts quicker, and just get more metal. So depleted troops march back towards their replenishment zones. It's actually down there. When are they going to march towards? Whoops, marched in the wrong direction. Okay, we're in the position where I can probably collapse that pocket now. I think this is an overwhelming firepower situation where I've actually probably got too many guys attacking. Yeah. Oh wait, that's less overkill. Let's go with that. 16 to 1 should be able to get the pocket to complete surrender. There we go.
Mission accomplished.
Obstacle clear. Honestly, I've actually got probably 200 militiamen up here. Given the fact, well, spread them out, like, cover the mountain ridge, but beyond that, I've got too many up here. What I want to do with them. Which is a weird thing to say. Usually you never have enough troops. Always got more demand for troops. What I really have demand for right now is roads and metal and that sort of stuff. We don't have enough of right now. Okay, I'm gonna do something that's expensive. Which is, I'm gonna start trying to mine the metal here.
Aye, aye, sir.
I may have just spent too much industry. We'll see. If I have spent too much industry, none of our construction that is supposed to finish next turn will finish next turn. That's the concern with how much I just spent. I think we have enough. Because it takes from the local zones first. So we've got our stuff spread out by a decent amount. And we were making 600 something positive, so I think we'll be good. I think they will proceed at speed. But yeah, no more touching it. I need to let it do its thing. Political power spent. Industry is basically spent. Troops are moved, at least as much as they're going to move. For the moment. Okay, let's cycle that turn. Yes, I think on this next turn, our Fist-Militia-led spoiled democracy will in fact actually be a spoiled democracy. And now we just need to keep the virtue from going all the way down to 0, because that would be bad. Yeah, as our borders get bigger, we can see lots of little things happening in many different places. Here we are, round 87. We have 7 decisions awaiting us. Your virtue score is now at 50 and dropping. We are officially a spoiled democracy. Our political system has degraded into a spoiled democracy. Do not ask what you can do for the nation, but ask what the nation can do for you. Production quotas law. Public economy boosted at the cost of work and happiness. I am not in favor of this, but I'm not gonna be able to spend enough political power to stop this. Because I've got other things I want to spend the political power on. So we're just gonna lean back and let it happen. I think, yeah, I'd have to go all the way down to the extreme version here. So we're just gonna let it happen because it's gonna happen. Black market discovered. I can close it down for a pile of money, or I can get money per turn. We take money per turn.
Sir, yes, sir.
You request a donation. I'm tempted to do it for the democracy, but I really don't want the government because I'm trying to run. We're trying to run democracy enforcement Fist, and apparently I haven't been doing a very good job of getting Fist at the moment. I'll have to try fixing that.
Aye, aye, sir.
Understood.
Demand the release of a spy. This is Flint Union, although I'm not sure I care about Flint Union's opinion of me. They're cold, but they're like 59. We're gonna try to gain some Fist here.
Understood.
Did that really not? It's 59 after as well. Interesting. Expecting that to lower their opinion, and it didn't apparently. Control traders. I don't really want the autocracy here, although we express that reasonably well with democracy. Yeah, we'll agree to that.
Understood.
Extradition. Morality increase. This is the Reich. Again, I don't really want the commerce, but I don't really want the merit either. We'll go with the lose merit because
Understood.
it's better at expressing democracy. Whereas enforcement is decent at expressing commerce. So now that I'm in spoiled democracy, we're technically level 0. We haven't been in it long enough to get the first level, but we can start more reliably pulling the spoiled democracy cards. You know, far enough into spoiled democracy, it's 100% chance we pulled spoiled democracy cards. We always want to keep our stuff high. As far as protections, should be able to get that off. You're not interested. You're War the Major. You're all my subjects already. Yeah. Although I probably want to propose peace with you first. Although I could skip the peace. I could go straight for the protectorship, I suppose. It's a weird way to go about doing it, but it's apparently a way I could. Got a protector with you, got a protector with you, you. Can't with you, can't with you, can't with you. You're a territory, you're the Mercanteers. Probably want to deal with you. Could negotiate with you. Okay, so I'm gonna shut a diplomat off, we're guaranteed to get that. So I basically skip the... Basically skip a turn worth of work.
Understood. Understood.
Okay. Again, that's another person that if the neighbors declare war on, we end up in the war over. But I think it can work with that. Did I work the construction last turn? I did not. That's good to see. Bureaucratic office, complete. Recycling facility, complete. Truck station, complete. Good. Good across the board. Follow-ups. Continue expanding that bureaucratic office. If I'm not having a power problem, get more bureaucracy. Same thing here with the recycler. I'm only going to take it up to 2. I tend to do 1 level per amount above 10k, or every 10k. So we got 16 here, so I'll go 2 levels on it. I tend to try to diversify more stacks before I go much more than that, right? So that's why we got 2 here. There's an argument I could put like another 2 there. That sort of thing goes on. And I've got 21 political power. I don't think that is enough for me to roll a unification. Yeah, my unifications are 22s. I don't have the political power for passionate speech. Now that my virtue is low enough, sophisticated governance. Where's that coming from? Oh, okay. So I pick those 3 up. Let's play those. So place governance here. We'll play pre-press and well-being.
Yes, sir.
So we got all our democracy feats. Laws will be cheaper. We've got the ability to discover the hidden texts. Discovery is cheaper. Doesn't mean we're discovering everything we want, but it's cheaper. Qual should help get us more virtue increase, and virtue goes down slower. Technically, our virtue is actually a little bit low, so it might actually be making our virtue harder to keep stable, but we'll see how that goes. Yeah, the big things to improve is word score, and at this point we might try to actually improve our morality instead of just tanking it. Because again, we don't really want it going down anymore. We've got it where we want it. We'd like to keep it there. And yeah, we now control that road, so I want to push you a little bit farther forward, you a little bit farther forward. And yeah, that mine is not suffering any delays yet, I suppose. Might in the future, so maybe don't get too used to it having no delays, but... yeah, that should provide us with some more metal, which should allow us for a little bit greater speed of industrialization. A5 in industry to do that expansion. Again, supplying over the tundra up here, because I think we're far enough north it either melts at this point, is pretty terrible if you don't have roads. So I'm going to have to make sure the roads keep up with the troops a bit better. Yeah, basically pushing up north. We're not actually that far from the top of the map. And that's one way to get another secure border is hit the literal border. Is usually a pretty good way to get a stable border. Oh, I misread. I had one militia unit in the SHQ waiting for transport. So we actually are missing this last recruit. So recruit that, or let's give that recruit his equipment so he can go join his unit. Second infantry here. The infantry is looking good on the next turn. I'll try to upgrade the second infantry to foot soldier 2. Trooper 2. Again, we went through all the political power. Again, I have money, but I'm lacking in the political power, and I'm lacking sort of in metal. It won't take very long if I start sorting the metal problem for that to translate into I'm actually lacking industry, but industry tends to be a problem you can fix pretty easily if you have a lot of metal. Right, so you tend to oscillate between I don't have enough metal to I don't have enough industry, so now I have a metal problem because I need the metal to fix the industry problem, sort of thing. But yeah, we should be getting metal off of this next turn. It's probably not going to give... well, it might give us 40 metal. And then we're going to upgrade it again, which is, of course, going to take metal in the meantime. The turn after next, this should provide some metal. I'll be a little more open to nationalizing stuff when we get this one here. Have the cost negative effects of nationalizing. Eventually we can start to denationalize stuff as well. Cycling the turn. I wonder if it lets you denationalize the industry into light industry. You used to be able to do it the other way around, where you were able to nationalize light industry into industry. Not sure if it's going to let me do it the other way around. That would be an interesting thing to do. Because light industry makes money. It also makes industry, which is good, but it also makes money. Probably do need to check up on the guy on the west to see what his opinion of us is. Again, we want to keep it 40 plus for the moment. We're not ready to line up in droves on his border to keep him in control. And as much as I'm feeling like things are going well, I don't think we have a tech lead on the enemy or on the other majors. I feel like we're probably technologically behind the other guys. I've just got militia up the wazoo, which against the miners and the non-aligned is great. It's round 88. Over the intern, we killed 300 infantry. We lost 100 of our own. It is... and we have 6 decisions. Bacterial disease. Okay, we're going to get that under control. Gain technological fascination. Discover the new tech in bacterial oil. Modify bacteria to assemble oil from biological waste or food. Okay. Discover the model for artillery. I would like morality to go up. I don't actually like heart. I don't even necessarily like the commander. We just don't want him to rebel. So we'll discipline the leader. More fist. We will develop the artillery. Give us the biggest gun you can in the best armor you can. Try to contain the disease outbreak. We'll come back to that. I'm not sure I want to agree to that. Because I'm not sure if I just got the political power for that. Enforcement there. Yeah, I'm going to say ask me later here. I don't need it to be level 5 yet. Because the point would be that we just let us have the bureaucracy go from up to 5. We technically have it going up to 3, so it's... I don't need that for another 6 turns. Right, and I'd rather pay the political power in 6 turns than now. It'll get suggested again, eventually. Or I can summon it whenever I want for some extra political power. Okay, food's trending down. This is probably having to do with sending... Oh, well, also my recruits are pretty high. Let's reduce the number of recruits. So we're going to colonize these recruits into the capital because we just don't need them right now.
Sir, yes, sir. Sir, yes, sir.
Oh, and interesting. We didn't actually get a lot of delivery. I should be getting... Oh, no, I'm getting less and less groups being sent than I was expecting. It's not a concern, because I've got more than 80, but... And then I don't think we had any delay on any of the construction. No. Metal mine finished, bureaucratic office continued at speed, recycling facility continued at speed. It's been a while since I've actually looked at the bottlenecking. Where are we bottlenecking? I technically am not bottlenecking anywhere. Other than action points. For example, I want to send this guy over here-ish. We're going to have to run him off the end of the logistics to do that. And yeah, we're running out of logistics over there. That's action points. That's not enough action points to the road. That's what's going on there. Or what would be going on there if I was really, really trying. So I got enough political power to go for unification. It won't be easy. Like, that's the easiest one, I think. Yeah, that would be the easiest one. Oh no, arguably that's the easiest one. 3D 100. A 3D 100 there as well. Do I have a shadow diplomat? I do.
Understood.
So I'm going to pass on doing unifications here to try to make future one easier.
Understood.
There we go. So that's going to take into D100 off of that roll.
Understood.
D100 off of that roll.
Understood.
D100 off of that roll. What is our opinion, or what is their opinion with us? 53, that's good enough. Anyway, now no longer have the political power for this roll, but I'm not going to be working with, much like we have a 2D100 here, I'm going to work with the 2D100s on these three. We had pretty low other modifiers with them, so it should be very easy just to integrate those three. Other than the political power cost. Other than the thing that's actually stopping me from integrating them, which is I don't have enough political power. Yeah, that about describes the current situation. It's going to be very easy, except for the thing that's actually making it not easy. Anyway, let's... I'm gonna bite the bullet. We're gonna do the final mass upgrade.
Yes, sir.
There we go. So I should no longer have any troop ones. All the troop ones are gone, so they're now obsolete, and these are our current regulars. I'm trying to find Gauss small arms. If the... It's not random. Every so often a number of turns comes up asking me, do I want to rebalance? I'll rebalance to 50-50. Because from a discovery standpoint, the only thing we're missing in the military is the small arms. I really do want to find those small arms, but we're probably at the point where we want to speed up the research. Get side skirts, get common armor, get RPGs. And stop hanging around waiting for something that may take a while to come. These guys would be useful from coming on these guys in the west, but this is a mountain range, and this is a mountain range, and yeah. I need to integrate with these guys first, and so I can come around the bottom of the mountain range coming from this side. Moving up on you guys. That's working out there. Spreading out the picket a little bit. Taking advantage of the road I put down here earlier. I probably don't need actually that large of a garrison here. In the city. I probably maybe do need that side of the garrison to keep it not lined out, but don't need to be sitting in that high in the city. If everything goes well, I think we'll be trying to negotiate integration. Maybe not of them, but at least some of the other powers over here. Some of the other miners. Do I use the political power to do the archaeology role? I'm gonna say yes. Zone. And cost like cost 12. Can't do that. Cost one more power than I got. Yeah, one more power than I got. I think it's next turn when... No, 2 turns. 2 turns out, we'll get Democracy level 1. We can start rolling Property and Oxidation. Go ahead and cycle the turn. We're at 17 victory score as it is. Once again, we've come up on the point in the stream where I think I'm going to go ahead and put another part break in. If you're watching on YouTube, we will probably have another part up for you tomorrow. We're going to try to record 3 more parts tonight, is currently the plan I have. Again, partially to get recorded ahead enough so that when I'm out for the wedding, we'll have content coming up on YouTube over that wedding break. We're going to watch this end turn play out, and that's where we're going to put the part break in as soon as we get to the beginning of next turn. Watching on YouTube, there should be a part up tomorrow. If you're watching on Twitch, this is where we're going to have sort of the midstream break where I go make a new cup of tea. What's left of the cold cup of tea in front of me is about to disappear down the gullet, and I will need a replacement as soon as we take this part break. Yeah, we shouldn't really see anything super surprising here. Got reasonable control of our borders between negotiated pieces and just having troops deployed on them. Yeah, so I think when we get back from the break, so if you're watching on YouTube, we'll probably finish the guys off in that pocket there. Over the end turn, we killed 4 infantry. We lost 100. We'll be picking up next time around 89 with a 3 decision. If you're watching on YouTube, that will be tomorrow. If you're watching on Twitch, that will be after I make a cup of tea. So until the next part, I'm going to wish you all the best of luck and a good time. Catch you all in the next part and/or stream, and bye for now.